You need your phoneme segmentation sheet for step 2 of our introductory lesson for our exceptions in level 3. I'm going to say a word and you're going to listen for how many sounds you hear for that word. And then you're going to bring down a dot for each sound that you hear. Remember, the green are our vowels and the white are the consonants. So the first word that we have today is cold. Let's think about how many sounds we hear in cold. K, O, L, D. That's 4 sounds. I'm going to bring down a white circle for my consonant K. I'm going to bring down a green circle for the vowel sound O. A consonant circle for the O. And a consonant circle for D. So I have K, O, L, D, cold. The second word we are going to listen for the sounds for is mind. I, D. I hear 4 sounds again. Bring down your circles for the word mind. If I'm going too fast, remember you can pause this video and get caught up. You can even go back and listen to a part again. We have I, D, mind. Reset your board. The next word we have, oh, this is a tricky one. The next word is toll. O, O. I hear 3 sounds there. T is a consonant. O is a vowel. Ol is a consonant. So I have 3 sounds. T, O, ol, toll. Reset your board. We have 2 more of these. Stay with me. The next one is mild. I, ol, d. 4 sounds in mild. I, O, D, mild. 4 sounds in mild. Reset your boards. And our last word is post. Let's say that word, post, and let's see how many sounds. Post has 4 sounds. So I'm going to move my circles to represent my consonant sounds and my vowel sounds. Post. For our next step, my friends, you need your small letters. We're going to build some words. I have mine set up like this. Yours may look a little bit differently because you have the paper letters, and that's totally fine. So, we are going to be working with our ost, ild, eind, ol, and old again. We are going to say the word cold. Cold. In the word cold, we have a k sound. When we start a word with the k sound, it's usually the letter C. So bring down a C. What 3 sounds do you hear after the k? I hear O, O, D, k, old. When you have the old sounds together, we're going to pull this letter team, the O-L-D team. K, old, cold. Go back to the beginning, sound it out again. K, old, cold. Okay, we're going to put our letters back and we're going to go for a second word. Our next word is mind. I hear an and I hear eind. So we are going to put eind, mind. Great job, everybody. We have 3 more. Do these sound familiar? They should. They're the same 4 words we just did with our phoneme segmentation sheet. So we already know how many sounds we're looking for. All right, our third word is toll. O, t, o, t, o, toll. Our next word is mild. I almost said mind again. We already did that one. Mild. 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 And one more, we have post. So we're going to get P for P. And we're going to get oast. Oast. Post. Great job, everybody. Go ahead and put your board back the way that it should be, all organized, and then get ready for step number 4. You will need your readers for this next step. All right, this is step 4. We need our readers to help us with our decoding and sentence reading. What I have heard is that some of you are pausing and going back and watching these videos so that you can make sure to follow along. And if you do that, if you need to hear something more than one time, this is a good strategy to do. Pause the video, go back and watch it again. You can even watch all of these lessons more than one time. We want you to be successful with your reading. All right, we are on our reader. I need you to turn to page 12. What page was that? Page 12. Very good. We are going to start marking our words. I've already done 2 of them for us because I used this book a few minutes ago with another small group. So our first word is child. We have our CH team, ch, and we have our ILD team, ILD. I'm going to underline my vowel, the I, and put a smile under my CH, ch, and ILD, ILD. I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. Wild, wild. Underline your vowel, smile your team, ILD. I'm going to give you a few minutes to go through these columns and read the words and make sure you mark them the way that we've learned. We underline the vowel and we smile our teams. Go ahead and pause this video now until you get about 10 words, maybe 12, 10 or 12 words. All right, we are back. I've taken a few minutes to mark up some more of these words, and I wanted to kind of highlight a few that might be a little bit tricky, okay? The IND column right here, make sure that you remember in this lesson we are specifically working on these exceptions. Because this word right here, wind, might be a little bit tricky. This word, if you sound it out differently, could be wind. We know what wind is. We feel it outside when we're on the playground sometimes. So make sure in this lesson we remember that this is an exception. So wind, wind. Another word that I wanted to go over is almost. That AL saying all is a review from a previous lesson. So AL says all. We're going to put a smile under AL. Our vowel is O. Underline your vowel and make sure you smile your OST. Step 5 for our lesson today. What is this word? Told. That's right. In the word told, what letter says T? T. In the word told, what letter says O? O. What letter says L? L. What letter says D? D. In the word told, what letters say old? That's right, O-L-D. In the word told, what does the letter T say? T. In the word told, what does the letter O say? O. Good job. In this word, O says O. In the word told, what does the letter L say? O. What does the letter D say? D. In the word told, what do the letters O, L, D say? Old. Good job. Say told. Say told again, but this time instead of a T, we're going to say a B. Did you say bold? Great job. All right, you need to find this word find sheet. It should be in your packet. I'm going to give you just a minute to go get this word find sheet, and then you need 2 different colored pencils or markers or crayons. I always have a green because when we do our sounds, the vowels are always on a green card. And then today I picked yellow because we're working with our exceptions, and we use yellow to remind us to caution when we read these exceptions. So right now, pause the video, go find this page, and get 2 different colors. What letters do you see in the middle of this page? That's right. We have our old, ild, eind, ost, and ol, and the letters that make those sounds. What is special about these letter teams? Yeah, they are exceptions, which means they don't follow the rules. They are exceptions. They have their own rule. The words on this page, some of them follow our exceptions. If you see one of the words on this page, you are going to circle it if it has a letter team. And then you are going to use green to mark it. Read each word and circle it and see how many you can do in the next 5 minutes. I've already done 2 for us, so let's talk about those together. The first one we have is the word cold. Old. You can see that I circled it with my yellow to remind me it's caution. I need to think about it before I try to decode it. And with green, I have underlined my O and smiled my O-L-D, old. I also did a second one for us, mind. Circle it, underline your I, and smile your eind. Right now, pause the video and finish the rest of this page. It should take you about 5 minutes, maybe less. All right, it's been several minutes and I have finished my word find sheet. I'm going to put it a little bit closer. We did the cold and mind at the beginning. So here is the rest of what I discovered while I was looking at my word find sheet. Let's think about if we can make any sentences from this. I know. The air conditioning is running in here and I'm cold. I told Mom that I was cold. Last night at dinner, I wanted to eat an extra roll. It was very tasty. Let's see what else. Did you find the kind troll? Did you ever watch Dora the Explorer when you were little and saw the grumpy old troll? That word follows our exception rule. Troll. See if you can come up with a few more sentences, and you can talk with someone in your family about the sentences that you created. I will tell you that I like mild salsa the most. You need to go find your sounds and words dictation paper. I'm going to pause for a second, and if you need more time, pause the video so that you can get your paper and be prepared. You need a pencil or something to write with and your sounds and words dictation paper. All right, say ild. Ild. Why is this letter team special? Hopefully, you remember that the vowel says its name, but it's not at the end of the word, and it doesn't have that magic E. So remember, this is an exception. The sound ild is an exception because the vowel says its name. When I dictate ild, you should write the team ILD and remember that the I says its name. Go ahead and get your pencil and write ild on your paper. Be sure to name the letters as you write. Now look at what you just wrote. What are the names of the letters? I-L-D. And what sound does the I make in I-L-D? I. The next sound that I want you to write is what letter makes the ah sound? Ah. That's right, it's an A. You should have written the letter A. What letters make the ost sound? Ost. You should have written O-S-T. Ost. For number 4, what letters make the qu sound? Qu. Q-U. And number 5, what letters make the I sound? This one's a little bit tricky. How do you get the I sound? One way is like the word bike. We have I consonant E. That should be one thing that you wrote. I consonant E. The other way that we get the I sound is like the word fly. What letter makes that I sound in the word fly? It's a Y. So you should write I consonant E and a Y. Say find. Now tell me a word that rhymes with find. You could have said mind, hind, grind, blind. What sound do you hear at the beginning of find? Not the letter, what sound? That's right. What vowel sound do you hear in the word find? I hear I. What's the third sound we hear in find? I, And the last sound? D. Say find. You can spell the word find. We have I-N-D. That would be F-I-N-D. What's special about this letter, team? The vowel says its name. Remember that I-N-D. It's an exception because it's not at the end of a word and it's not followed by a magic E. You spelled find F-I-N-D. Look at the word you just wrote and write a smile under the I-N-D. I-N-D makes the sound IND. Go back to the beginning of the word and sound out each letter or team and then blend it together and say the word fast. IND, find. All right, our next word that we're going to spell is the word most. M-O-S-T. M-O-S-T. Most. You should have written M for M, and for ost, you should have written O-S-T. The word most is spelled M-O-S-T. The next word I want you to write is stroll. Don't be tricked by this. Stretch it out and figure out what sounds you hear in the word stroll. I hear a st-r-o-l. You should have st-r-o-l spelled with S-T-R-O-L-L. The next word we're going to do is bind. Bind, bind. You're going to spell the word bind with a B-I-N-D. Bind. We're going to do child next. Child. What two letters make that ch sound? And what three letters make ild sound? you should have CHILD. Great job, everybody. The last step in this lesson is our sentence dictation. That should be at the bottom of your sounds and words dictation paper. Listen carefully as I say the sentence and make a dash on the line for each word you hear. All you're doing right now is listening for how many words. We're going to go back and spell each word in a minute. The sentence is, the gold was almost lost. I just said 5 words. Make sure you have 5 dashes on your paper, 1 for each word. The gold was almost lost. Look at your dashes again and say the sentence, pointing to a dash each time you say a word. The gold was almost lost. Now I want you to write the sentence on your paper. 1 word for each dash. The gold was almost lost. Remember, when we start a sentence, we need to use what kind of letter? A capital letter. And when we end a sentence, we need to use punctuation. Pause this video if you need more time. Here is our sentence. The gold was almost lost. If you made any mistakes, that is totally okay. Cross it out and write the correction above the word. The gold was almost lost. Pause this video if you need more time. Okay. The next sentence, it's a little bit longer. Wind the top and let it spin. Let's say that again. You're going to write a dash for each word you hear. Wind the top and let it spin. 7 words. Put 7 dashes on your paper. And then I want you to go back and write 1 word for each dash. Please pause this video to give you a little bit more time. Wind the top and let it spin. When you're done with both of those, I would like for you to go back and do your smiles for all of the words in both sentences. Now remember, the word lost is not one of our exceptions, so we are not going to smile the OST. Here's what I did for the second sentence. Wind the top and let it spin. Make sure that you can look at your workbook or your reader for extra practice on these exceptions, and we will pick back up with the next lesson soon.